Hi, and welcome back to another Pick a Card love reading. We've got the three piles here: pyrite on the left, amethyst in the middle there, and pink crystal quartz on the right. So the timestamps will be in the description box below. You can go down there and jump straight to your reading, along with the cards that I'm using, and there's also a link to my Facebook page. So if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can message me there. Hi, and welcome to your reading. You chose group number 1. And as always, I'll jump straight in with the masculine's headspace, read through the masculine and then the feminine. So, we have the King of Pentacles and the World for the masculine's headspace. And I really, I'll just pull this one as well. Do you think about me too? And it's clear as well, like right here, the masculine is, if he's getting about his day-to-day business, his work or whatever, the feminine is constantly on his mind. He sees the feminine going through some big change at the moment, perhaps. But I just feel like he is truly adoring the feminine from a distance, if that applies, or up close. It just really feels like the masculine is really thinking about the future with the feminine and where that's going to head, and hoping that she thinks about him too with this Do You Think About Me Too card. There's a lot of desire to ground the connection into something more committed from the masculine. He's really thinking about future plans and what the future might look like. There could have been some... it's been a tumultuous month gone, so some challenges come up, and trying to find feet after those challenges perhaps, and where to from here. Kind of what I feel from the masculine's headspace. In the heart space, we've got the Four of Cups and the Page of Wands. So there is a feeling of blockage, whether that's from the masculine or he's feeling a block from the feminine. I feel like he's feeling a block from the feminine. We've got Ace of Pentacles and I Just Dream and Wish for Everything. This is the Hermit Tarot, if you haven't seen on this channel before. It's a different channel on YouTube. She made these cards, and they are just like statements that the person could be saying, like, do you think about me too? But they're also linked to some tarot cards. But anyway, I Just Dream and Wish for Everything, Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, exactly like I said in the headspace, the masculine's really thinking about where to from here. What is this connection going to grow into, and really thinking about the potential in the future and what he has to offer, and this feeling of blockage here. So there may be a need for time out at the moment, a break or rest or something from in this connection, so that I feel like a little bit of time apart would be really healthy right now, in a nice way. I feel like maybe the masculine feels like he isn't able to get his message across clearly enough. Maybe he feels like his message isn't effective enough. Like he's trying to pour his heart out to the feminine, and maybe she's not receiving it, or it's not effective enough, or I don't know, the masculine may be questioning that sort of stuff, feeling a little bit like he's not heard, or not, like there's some sort of disconnect there, and a deep desire to connect. But there's also like a respect for the space needed as well. It's not too pushy from the masculine at the moment. I feel like he's sort of taking a step back and like, this is okay. Just like, exactly like this. This is it. Like whatever the feminine's going through right now, I'm just going to sit back, hold space, hope that you know, are still with me at the end of this, or if that applies. Yeah. Interesting. These changes could be nothing to do with the relationship. It could be completely external situation for the feminine that's taking her attention, or the big changes. So viewing the feminine, we've got the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. And I feel like, yeah, the feminine needs a bit of time out to either attend to other things, or assert some boundaries, healthy boundaries, or keep a healthy balance, protect the energy. Like the masculine sees the feminine as being quite grounded and what's the word? Responsible, maybe. Just like earthy. This is very Pentacles, earthy energy. This is definitely the beginning of something new, perhaps the feminine studying or starting something new, and is attending to that. I feel like it's something else. I feel like the feminine's really holding very close her own plans, maybe, or her own I'm not letting this go. I'm going to find out how to say this. It's like the feminine has desires and plans and goals for her own future and what she wants as in a relationship and in her life. And I feel like she's just in, like, it's a self-protection mode or something that ensures that becomes so. Accepting no less. But in a calm, not like, I don't see this loud, like, demanding or anything like that. It's just like very self-preserved and self-love way of going about it. We have, if I follow you, I could lose everything, and I have so much desire for you. And this is how the masculine's viewing the feminine. So, yeah, maybe a little locked down at the moment, a little disconnected, or a little like stepping back maybe to attend to own things. But he knows that the feminine, they feel like this connection perhaps has come in and out of, or may have been cycles where you just seem to not be able to let each other go ever. That could be a dynamic here where it could have been off and on again throughout your history. That may not apply, but yeah, the feminine's really, I feel like, in deep consideration. The masculine sees her in deep consideration of where she wants to lay her pentacle down, or if that applies, or if this is not come to a I feel like this is still in the building stage or the negotiation stage of a relationship. That may not apply. It could, but it does, at this time at least, feel to be a bit of negotiating maybe. The desire for the connection, the masculine has the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. He wants to build with the feminine. He wants to show up and make this happen. The King of Pentacles. We had seek professional advice, which is equivalent to the Hierophant, which is higher commitment and very much Ten of Pentacles energy as well. It's deepening that commitment. It's taking those steps to build the bigger dream together. Wishing on a star, dreams coming true. He wants to come together in friendship and even regardless, there's always this desire to be friends and know each other, because I feel like there's this cosmic connection when I see this card. I just want you all the time as well from the masculine. So yeah, truly the masculine is just here with this connection. He knows this is what he wants. Most likely action, we've got the King of Wands, Hermit reversed, Eight of Cups and Two of Swords. So the masculine may teeter this week, maybe going a bit back and forwards with staying... I feel like the masculine is trying this week to conquer his own fears or thoughts or thought patterns that may take over and bring him down. I feel like that might be the case here. Sometimes his imagination may get carried away with him sometimes in regards to this connection, especially if there's time apart. There may be some paranoid thoughts or something that happen, and he's trying to get control over those. That may apply here. It could just, he's trying to, if there's time apart on the horizon or happening now, he's trying to deal with that in a healthy way. There's so much desire. His most likely action is to continue coming forward with passion with this King of Wands. So over to the feminine now. I pulled the Oracle cards as a whole for the whole reading, not separately this time. So I'll pull them at the end. We've got the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords for the feminine's headspace, needing to take rest. We've got the Ace of Swords, and I think we should slow down. The feminine needs to, or has, speak clearly, and then if like I said, maybe this is at a period of negotiating what your needs are and how they can be met, and maybe that's needing to take time apart to process some things. If there is some struggle going on for the feminine, really needing for rest, this could be some physical illness with the Four of Swords. Five of Swords can be really, it's conflict conflict energy and needing to take rest from conflict as well, maybe feeling like this connection constantly. I feel like it's a little bit volatile sometimes, maybe a bit volcanic eruptions, and then then it cools down again, and sort of like you constantly going through these cycles maybe, and trying to balance trying to navigate this connection. I feel like there may be, like, we need maybe slow down the communication. Maybe there's too much volatile communication, or has been, and really the feminine may be maxed out in that way, and needing to only have grounded conversations. I just feel like certain I'm a little overwhelmed with information. I feel like the feminine might be too. We'll move on to the heart space. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. So this is where it's grounded. We've also got time to ground yourself. And I need time for me. This is the feminine's heart space. So there is something sprouting new within this connection. So if there was a time of, over the last month, especially if that's been a bit difficult and trying on this connection, there's something new. There is more balance coming in for the connection. Like, perhaps if there was an imbalance in the give and take, and that's sort of indicated here that there's more effort being given to the connection to make sure that everyone feels like their needs are met. There is new life sprouted there, but it's also, I feel like the feminine needs to offer this Ace of Pentacles to self at this time, very much in alignment with these cards. I need time for me, time to ground. Taking time out to attend to her own life, because with this Six of Pentacles, it really does indicate that the feminine is somebody who's perhaps of service quite often, perhaps with children or people that she's caring for. Don't get hung up on the gender, but yeah, those sort of giving, caring, nurturing roles I feel is very prominent in the feminine's life here. So needing to tend to those with all, and not be able to tend to self as well, so that she can give her all in all these situations. There's a lot of, not a lot of pressure, but I feel like the feminine is somebody who, has a lot of responsibilities, perhaps. Takes them, I feel like, they're not heavy responsibilities. Like, the feminine loves to take these roles, but also needs to draw lines to make sure that she can do all these things. So viewing the masculine as Seven of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles really shows that there's been an improvement, or perhaps a new, like, teamwork here. With the Seven of Pentacles, this investment energy. So the masculine's been showing up more, perhaps, or really trying to display to the feminine that he is in this with her and wants to build something together. And there's a lot of cooperation, teamwork energy coming from the masculine. Maybe he's being very helpful at this time. If there could be a scenario where the feminine is really needing rest, a whole different situation outside of the connection, and the masculine stepping up to help through that may apply. We have, this love scares me, and please give me time. I've never felt this way before, with the feminine viewing the masculine. So I feel like, it may have been that this connection, the masculine took a long time to come to the party, and has finally done that. And it's almost like maybe it's too late for some. But there's this connection that seems unbreakable here as well, and it could be a unhealthy connection. We'll move into that next with the Devil card. Desire for the connection. The feminine does feel a binding to the masculine here, whether that's a sexual binding, or it does feel a little bit codependent in some ways. There may be some unhealthy patterns, but there's also a lot of joy and love in this connection. The feminine wants to have more joy and love, and perhaps less unhealthy connection, like wanting to bring out, the desire here is to bring out a more balance. I just keep coming back to more balance. So the feminine feels tired or depleted perhaps at this time, but there's undeniable sexual desire here as well. Not gonna lie, it's there. We have listen to your heart. I just want space, and no, all fell out together. So the feminine may be needing some space at the moment. I feel like I feel like there's just feminine maybe in two minds about something here. Like really addicted to the connection and pulls back in, but needs to ground self and take time for self as well. And it's hard to, yeah. It's interesting. So most likely action, we have Six of Swords, Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. More talk of that. Trying to move the connection into a smoother, calmer place. Really enjoying the friendship and the sexual connection, I feel here, the passionate connection. Keeping the friendship alive, because we've got here wait, sex with you, and I just wish things were different. So I just do feel like, for some it may be that the feminine's still holding on for the intimacy and the friendship that's shared. There's this beautiful, youthful, fun connection that the feminine wants to keep alive here, and wants to perhaps move away from the more exhausting times, or however that applies, the more troubling times. Bring it back into some more fun and light, like just wishing things would change and be a little bit more lighthearted at this time. So in the outcome cards, we had the Two of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Swords reverse. So if there was an ending coming up to this connection, especially over the last month, perhaps really considering whether this is right. With the Ten of Swords reversed, I kind of feel like you're both working together to find a way that works for both of you, and that requires communicating clearly. The Page of Swords does talk about, really intellectual conversations and coming together and seeing eye to eye and communicating clearly. Two of Wands is making those plans for the future and a bit of a crossroads. So there is a redirection here in this connection, but you're both not willing to separate with the Ten of Swords reversed. There's definitely, if that applies, that you were facing a separation, or it could also be that this just is the end of the Six of Swords, the end of some more tumultuous times and coming into a bit more light, fun energy. The masculine is really trying to release some heavy stuff himself, and there is uncertainty. I feel like the masculine is not sure about that. Might be overwhelming for the masculine, being uncertain about where the direction of the connection is headed, and feeling like the fear of being outcast with the Hermit reversed, feeling isolated or worried about isolation, worried about losing the feminine. Something I feel here. So we've got the Void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. And it does talk about needing that I think a bit of healthy time apart might be good right now, if that's possible. But it does, talk about this moment of stillness and silence before a new creation or a new cycle, perhaps. And these speak to the same thing. We've got the power of words, so more talk about communicating clearly and negotiating what works with moving ahead. And just a lot of communication here. Power of words, transformation. So using those chats, using those chances to communicate to transform the connection and head into a direction you want to go in. And then we had surrender, which is very much coupled with the Void card. Surrender to the Void, surrender to the silence and the need and the space that we're in right now. I feel like it's a bit of a portal for this connection. So I'll leave it there, and we'll have a look at how we're going next week. I hope that gave you some guidance or clarity or comfort, and looking forward to seeing how this unfolds. See you next time. Hi, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2. And I'll jump straight in, as always, with the masculine's headspace. So, we have the Five of Wands and the High Priestess. I'm just maybe a trigger warning or something for this particular reading, because it looks like a pretty volatile situation. So if that already applies, then this is your reading. We've got Strength and Ego, which is literally the Strength card, and Think Before You Act. We've got perhaps secrets coming to light at this time, causing disruption, things, or if there's something about this situation that has been deceptive or elusive, and perhaps that's come to light. And the masculine is perhaps feeling intuitively drawn to act at this time. That may be the case. but he needs to think before he acts. I feel like the masculine at this time is trying not to engage. Oh, I don't even know about not trying not to, because I think it's times it's full force engaging in conflict here. I feel like the masculine's trying to be directed and think before he acts, like really, and trying to be strong here and not engage, but it's too hard not to, perhaps. This flew out, you are very special, over on the ego card. And I feel like that was a message to the feminine from the masculine. Like, I feel like some quite volatile energy from the masculine to the feminine. Like it's there's been something quite disruptive here. In the heart space, we have the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Cups reversed. So this connection perhaps was something long-term, maybe, or a lot of history here. And there was a lot of perhaps invested energy and time and money spent into this connection to make it work in the past. And it never came to be. It never came to be what both people wanted it to be. It just didn't, for whatever reason. I feel like this is exes. This is perhaps 2 people already in separation. That may be the case. It may not be separation. It may be separating or experiencing some sort of hardship here. But there is definitely a lot of grieving and loss in this connection, like just a real sense of sadness and disappointment. Like almost to the level of disbelief. Like the masculine really feels a high level of just disbelief at the situation, or how it got to this point, perhaps. We've got Ace of Pentacles reversed, and I don't want to lose you reversed. I really feel like the masculine doesn't want to invest any more energy here. Like this is an ex situation, or this is a final. I've got goosebumps. It just feels very like, I feel a lot of sacred anger coming from the masculine. When I say that, what I mean that is, when I say sacred anger, I feel like it's deserving, maybe, like really this situation has called for some hard words, perhaps. Viewing the feminine is the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. So this could apply either way, where somebody, I feel, the imagery speaks for itself here, where somebody feels like the other person's having all the fun and they're being left out of the situation, or perhaps there was a cheating situation here as well, where somebody has been dishonest. If I wouldn't be telling you something you don't already know if that's there. 3 of Cups can talk to that sort of stuff, or just this lack of friendship, this inability to connect. There's somebody's feeling on the out, someone's feeling left out. We have, I think we should see other people, so that does talk to the 3 of Cups energy. So the masculine is viewing the feminine as wanting to go and see other people, perhaps, or feels that way, wants to see other people. If I follow you, I could lose everything. I feel like with that card, it's like the masculine, or somebody here has felt like they've already invested everything. So to give any more, it's just too much. I have so much desire for you in reverse. So again, that talks about a massive amount of desire that perhaps was once there in this connection, but is not there anymore. So in the desire for the connection, the masculine has the Ace of Wands and the 7 of Wands. Please give me time. I've never felt this way before, and words do hurt. So I honestly, when I first saw this, and this may not apply to everybody, but I feel like this is the masculine wanting to take one more stab, or one more jab, or one more, just really trying to temper self perhaps from engaging in fight, but really wanting to take that last jab for whatever reason that the masculine feels like. I feel like he feels like he's been done wrong by in this situation, perhaps, maybe, if that applies. And that may not apply to everybody. It could also be that the masculine is just not sure how to move forward and really wants to, but there's so much conflict here. There's so much adversity and so much struggle. I just feel like it's too volatile at the moment. And mean, nasty words may be flying. And we have, do you even see me that way reversed, to come out with the Hanged Man? So the masculine is really truly sitting with, this is most likely action, so at this time it's sitting with what has happened and where it's at, and really shifting the way he views this connection or this person, and truly not seeing it. It's like the lenses have come off or something. I'm starting to see it for what it is now, perhaps. Then we've got the Magician, the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So walking away from this binding situation that's perhaps been manipulative. The masculine may be walking away. We can also see here is perhaps a little bit more engagement too with the Magician. It can indicate some more manipulating behavior to keep this situation binded. I'm not sure who's doing what here. You will know it's your situation, but somebody, yeah, it could be both at times, like letting go and then holding on, and then letting go and holding on, and wanting to take one more punch. And it's very it may be a messy breakup. It could be that sort of situation. I'd like to hear about this in the comments below of how this situation applies for you. The masculine truly does want to just sit back and see and try and make a strong decision here. Okay, we'll move on to the feminine's energy now. We've got the Page of Swords and the Devil. And then we have, my life started when I met you and I just want space. So the feminine is perhaps really watching her back at the moment, or watching, with this Page of Swords, watching out for what the masculine is doing or going to say next, or there may be a little bit of uncertainty about that. There's just some, I really feel the push-pull energy in this combination too, because there's such a magnetic connection. I started my life when I met you. There's this feeling of this inability to let go because this connection has been so pivotal, and there's a high psychic connection between the two of you, perhaps. Like really, there's a lot of cords that may need to be cut here. If you wanted to release, it would be, I can see it would take a while. This is not something you could release quickly, I don't feel. I just want space in the Page of Swords. So yeah, the feminine's really, I feel uncertain about just trying to gather information, trying to get in a position of more leverage with this situation for some reason. Maybe not feeling as powerful as the feminine could be for whatever reason. Something's happened here, so somebody's lost their power a bit, perhaps. We have the Queen of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So, really... And then we have, I need more balance in reverse, and happiness is my priority. So the feminine really wants this connection to be healthy and to have an equal give and take and to help each other out. There is this love there. But the feminine feels a little imbalanced at the moment in trying to find that happiness, and feeling like perhaps there was an imbalance with the give and take in the connection. We have the King of Swords and the Six of Swords. So the masculine is really speaking perhaps some harsh truths, some cold truths. This can be very cold and direct sort of speaking about wanting to move forward, or perhaps, or wanting to get out of this situation. Like, no, just really drawing a line here. We've got, I need more time in reverse, and you are wrong. So the feminine may have said something has happened here with I feel like the masculine feels the feminine has done wrong. It could be the other way around. But I feel like, the masculine feels he has been done wrong by. And not needing, I need more time reverses, and I don't need any more time. This is it, and calling it. Speaking that hard truth, perhaps, or asserting some sort of boundary. Taking that logical step, seeing the situation for what it is, and just being maybe a little relentless at times. The feminine's desire for the connection, we have 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Your family won't like me, and I want you. So there is a real, I feel like the grabbing energy may be coming from the feminine in this connection. Really wanting this connection to work, and wanting to be magnetic enough to draw everything she wants into her world. There is a desire for power or something there. With the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, the feminine does really... I feel like there might be a fair bit of history here, and the feminine does want to make something sustainable and long-lasting with the masculine. I want you, but your family won't like me. So it could also be a situation where I'm not sure if it is, but where they're in a whole other family, perhaps involved. Like this could be a third-party situation, like the masculine and feminine here. I have not been together yet. And there's disruption, like perhaps he's still in another connection or somebody's still in another connection, perhaps. I'm not sure about that one, though. Your family won't like me. Take that one how it resonates. It could literally be just members of the family that don't approve of this situation for whatever reason, and they may be in someone's ear, and that could be really conflicting to have a lot of different opinions and stuff going around as well. That may be the case. People may be saying things that aren't true or spreading rumours. It just does feel like a chaotic sort of... Like, I couldn't pick all the details in a situation like this. I feel like it's so intricate. Desire moving... most likely action now for the feminine. Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. There could be some communication coming forward from the feminine about what she wants for the future, or her desire moving forward, what her connection... what she sees moving forward, or the direction she wants to go. We have you matter. I left because you told me to, and I want to start a family with you. So same sort of Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles energy here. The masculine has pushed this connection away for whatever reason, but the feminine does not want to let go and wants to communicate clearly that you are my person and I will wait for you, or if that applies, or that I still want this with you regardless of what's happened between us. We've got strong Capricorn and Pisces energy in this reading. Bit of air and fire as well. So Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. Aries and Leo here twice actually, and in the outcome as well. So we've got the Ten of Swords, the Emperor and the Strength card, and I really feel like this is perhaps the masculine. Well, this looks like it from all these cards thus far. The masculine calling at the end of this situation perhaps, and being strong in this situation, acting courageously and making a decision to move forward, or to end this fight, or to really finish this, to be an authority here and to take the action needed. It does look like with the Emperor here, that it's the masculine taking the action to call the ending here. That may be the case anyway. So we've got empowerment and be bold, and I really feel like this is an empowering decision for the masculine to make, or whoever's making this decision. It's empowering on both parts, because either way, no matter how messy this got, there's a lot to be learned from this situation. This is very karmic. Like, I don't doubt that there's soulmate energy here as well, but karmic lessons for sure. We have you are not alone, isolation, physical connection and community. So this is for both parties, or whoever's really listening, that you are not alone and that you can find connection and support around you, even if this connection is feeling a sense of isolation and alone. So be bold and empower yourself up and out of this situation. Learn from what's happened here. All right, I'm going to leave that there for this week, and I hope that gave some sort of clarity, comfort or guidance, didn't confuse you too much. It does feel like something pretty huge, so I'm sending a lot of love to the people in this situation here, and look forward to connecting again next week. Bye. Hello and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 3, and I'm going to jump straight into the masculine's headspace here. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands and the Six of Swords. There's the camera there. And I feel like for this reading it might be a connection that isn't actually together, maybe in separation. That may not apply, but I do feel that there might be somebody still in a connection with another person. if that applies, it may not. But anyway, we've got the Page of Wands and the Six of Swords. So the masculine is viewing this connection as very passionate, and wanting to keep it that way, I feel. And I just don't feel it feels, like it's definitely wanting to keep it more free-spirited, the energy free-spirited or light-hearted or friendly between you both. We have Ace of Wands and from the Devil series in this deck, sex. So there's a lot of sexual connection here there's another few cards indicating that there's definitely some deep sexual ties in this connection, deep sexual bond. And the masculine is wanting to perhaps move, it may be that somebody wants to move this connection deeper, or out of, at least out of a place that was challenging and into more lightheartedness, perhaps. There could be a physical move happening as well. There are a few cards that indicate moving location that could apply as well. In the heart space, we have the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So there's a lot of emotional fulfillment within this connection, a lot of love, a lot of sexual connection here, a lot of passion. Again, we've got sex with you with the Knight of Wands there. And with the Tower, we had definitely, which is the Tower card in this deck, but it's not crumbling, it's built up. And so what could be indicated here, I saw, is in the heart space, this masculine might have a family and home, and that's it. And it would cause a Tower moment if he was to pursue this connection. This being maybe an off-again, on-again connection or a private connection. That may apply, but not to everybody. If it is a situation where there's somebody in another connection with somebody else. But if that doesn't apply to you, then you can easily see how this is a lot of passion and love here. I think regardless, if there's still a lot of love in both of those situations. The masculine is viewing the feminine here with the Temperance and the Queen of Cups. So very loving and patient and soft and gentle. And we also got, sometimes I wonder if you care and I'm ready. And that's kind of what gives me that indication as well, that the feminine might be waiting for this connection to deepen, or so the feminine's sort of saying, I'm ready for this. I want to take this leap of faith. I'm being really patient and surrendering, all of the harder emotions that come with this connection. I feel like it might be a twin flame thing, maybe if you resonate with that label, or it's definitely a lot of growth in the connection either way, and just from having known each other. And so the feminine is, I feel, just being extremely patient with the masculine and with this journey, but is ready and waiting to embrace as well. The masculine's desire for this connection, we have the Lovers and the Two of Cups. So this is some strong soulmate energy, really feeling a magnetic, beautiful pull towards each other. We've got, you are so very special and you make me want to do bad things. So there's some really, like, it's such a, the masculine feels such a beautiful love for this feminine. It just feels so whole and pure and true. So if there are other complications, I can see why you want to hold on and make it work somehow. And there's a lot of potential here and a lot of faith in the future here for this connection. I can see that. So, most likely action for the masculine. We got the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. So, this could apply to that situation with, we also got, I'm absolutely in love with you, and I think so, yes. So they could apply to that situation with, if the person was with somebody else still, Ten of Pentacles and Eight of Wands, meaning shift and change in that family dynamic. But for those who are not in that situation, got to read it for everybody, being general. The masculine is, I feel, wanting to take some steps to show a deeper level of commitment here. I'm absolutely in love with you. I think so, yes. So there's, with this, I think so, yes, there might be some hesitancy to step forward, and that's what I feel like there's something maybe blocking the connection completely from going forward, perhaps. Because it's like, The masculine knows he's so in love and he feels such a beautiful connection. But we've got this, I think so, yes. And it's kind of like to me, it's like perhaps a hesitancy to rush forward. But we do have the Eight of Wands, so you can expect some communication if there has been silence, or, you know, a lot of planning for the future, sort of chats coming up. That sort of energy, making things happen, organising perhaps a trip or some sort of travel with the Eight of Wands. There might be a plan there. The masculine has my power, and I do feel that in this situation as well, that the masculine does seem to hold the power in this connection at this time, because I do feel like the feminine might be waiting. In the headspace for the feminine, we have the World, the Fool, and the Nine of Cups. So the last major arcana at the deck, and then the first, a huge cycle ending and a new one beginning. The feminine is deeply desiring success and completion within this connection, like to come together, to be united. There's a deep wish for that from the feminine. We have, I want you. I want a fresh start with you. If I follow you, I could lose everything. And I feel like that could apply either way, where the masculine, if the feminine knows if the masculine was to follow, he could lose everything, or vice versa, where the feminine is wanting to, there's some sort of blockage there, but there's a deep desire to come together. It's the biggest wish on both parts. There's a real, really special connection here I'm feeling. Now in the heart space, we have the Ace of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Then we have, I feel the same way, and happiness is my priority. So yeah, both feeling each other, both wanting to hold each other closely. The feminine, I feel here is, wanting to see, just really, wanting more connection to, and experiences with the masculine that make it feel like the connection is grounded further, or has a more solid foundation, or something like along those lines. In the way the feminine's viewing the masculine, we got the Two of Swords and the Hanged Man, so he's uncertain, and that's that hesitancy as well. I think so, yes. It's the desire's there, but there's for what you will know, your own personal reasons as to why things can't go ahead right in this minute. Maybe they did once before and hadn't worked out. It says, if I asked you to stay, would you leave? And I left because you told me to. And so, it was somebody left the situation perhaps, and is frightened that the other one might not, that it might not come back together. Or is unsure how to bring it back together. It started out so lovely and then just become quite complicated. So it'd be interesting to know how this resonates with you in the comments. But the desire for the connection with the feminine, we have the King of Cups and the Devil. We have, I'm a very jealous person. You make my heart full, and will you choose me? So the feminine is desiring a deeper connection with the masculine, wanting to share deeper emotions. Also, because the Queen of Cups was there in the masculine viewing the feminine, I see this as the feminine desiring that alignment. King and Queen of Cups, desiring to come together because it truly feels that this couple is meant to be together. There may be a lot of synchronistic, serendipitous qualities to this connection, a lot of deep emotional understanding of each other, and just a real kinship. So with the I'm very jealous person in the Devil card, it could be that the feminine's feeling very attached and not wanting to lose this connection, if that applies, or wanting it to come in quicker and not wanting the masculine to choose anybody else or be with somebody else. Where was the must have been a different reading. They're all blurring now. I've done a few today, so there it is. Will you choose me? And that makes me, again, come back to perhaps that the masculine has a choice between his current partner, if that applies, and taking a leap of faith in this connection. The most likely action for the feminine, we've got the Wheel and the Seven of Wands. We've got I am terrified, words do hurt, and your family won't like me. So more indication that it could be, families involved, or it could just be that literal people in the family don't get along with the feminine here and have said perhaps some mean things and caused disruption. There's so many different scenarios that could be here, and but regardless of any of the dramatic details that may be apparent in these situations, these two people love each other very much, and I can see that quite clearly. And there's a real friendship energy between the two people here. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune and Seven of Wands. Ready to embrace change, and lift up out of anything in this connection that feels heavy. I feel with the Seven of Wands, it's like a desire to be lighter and to rise to any challenges in a way that displays strong character for self. We have courage as well for the feminine's oracle card. So to act with courage, I feel that Seven of Wands is a very courageous type energy. It is rising up against adversity or a challenge. It is centering self and facing challenges. I feel also with the Temperance and the Queen of Cups that the feminine may have faced some emotional challenges recently or in this connection, and has perhaps risen to the occasion and managed to hold herself quite well. If that applies, we've also got deep circular healing, physical and emotional healing. And that when I pulled this card, I was asking, what does this connection need? Physical and emotional healing and needing more connection. And that's what's desired on the feminine's part, to be more emotionally connected and get to have perhaps a moment together to talk and reconnect, if that applies. In the outcome, we have the Page of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So there may be an offer extended to catch up and have a chat, if that applies, if you are in separation, and then maybe just the waiting for the date to be able to come together with the Four of Wands. There is an offer of friendship and extension of kindness here with the Page of Cups, and waiting for the expansion, or waiting for the opportunity to come together healthily, or to share and joy together. This is a celebration type card as well. It is a twin flame type card. It is a beautiful, healthy community connection card. It's, so although the cards at the end in a way that is soft-hearted and platonic and friendly, maybe platonic, there's a lot of lover soulmate energy here as well. The Page of Wands at the start of the reading, talking about the masculine, and the Ace of Wands wanting to talk about that free-spiritedness and lightheartedness and joy and celebration. I feel like remembering that is what sort of perhaps keeps this connection grounded, or it's just like there's an unconditional love between the two people in this reading, I do feel. Okay, so I think I'll leave it there. I hope that gave some sort of comfort or clarity or guidance, and I look forward to reading again next week. Bye.